All right, let's dive into the absolute whirlwind that is Bangkok's Chatuchak weekend market.
Mm-hmm.
We've spent time going through, well, everything we could find about this iconic place, personal accounts, practical guides, really vivid
Yeah,
descriptions.
lots of material out there.
And our mission today, basically cut through all that noise, pull out the essential insights, the must-sees, the must-eats, everything you need, really, to get why this market is such a phenomenon.
And straight away, what jumps out is that sensory explosion everyone talks about.
Right.
You can almost feel the Bangkok heat just reading about it,
Yeah.
Hear the buzz of literally thousands of people talking, bargaining.
The smells, the colors.
Exactly. It's painted as this really all-encompassing experience. Like, you could dedicate a whole day just letting yourself get lost in it.
So let's break it down. At its core, what exactly is Chatuchak? We hear it's huge, but
Yeah.
just how huge are we talking?
Well, the scale is pretty mind-boggling. It's consistently ranked as one of the largest weekend markets globally.
Oh.
We're talking over 35 acres.
Mm.
And packed into that space, more than 15,000 individual stalls.
15,000? That's not just a market. That sounds more like a small city popping up every weekend.
It really does feel like that. A city within the city. It's this incredible maze, a giant flea market, but also this vibrant melting pot where locals and tourists are all mixing.
And it's mainly weekends, right?
Mostly. Saturday and Sunday during the daytime are the main event. There's also a kind of wholesale market feel on Friday evenings.
Yeah.
But an important detail, the plant and gardening section, that's actually open midweek too, Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Ah, good to know. And its importance. It feels like it goes beyond just, shopping.
Oh, absolutely. If you
Bet.
sort of zoom out, what really comes across is its role as a cultural hub.
Right.
It's a place where you get this really authentic slice of local life. You're
Mhm.
directly supporting Thai artists and small businesses when you buy things.
Which is great.
And you find stuff you genuinely won't see anywhere else. Plus, it's a massive destination for food. It plays a huge part in Bangkok's economy and just its overall vibe, It's a bustling center where shopping, food, culture, it all just collides.
Okay, so it's massive, culturally vital, a bit overwhelming maybe, but in a good way. How do you even get to this place? And once you're in, how do you avoid getting completely swallowed up?
Getting there is actually surprisingly straightforward, which is a relief given the scale.
Yeah.
The most recommended options usually involve Bangkok's public transport. So you can take the BTS SkyTrain to Mo Chit Station,
Okay.
or the MRT subway that goes to Chatuchak Park Station. Both of those put you right near the main entrances, just a short walk.
That definitely sounds like the way to beat the infamous Bangkok traffic.
For sure. There's also another MRT stop, Kham Phang Phet Station. That drops you off on a different side, sometimes closer to certain areas like the Red Building. You can take taxis or tuk-tuks, of course, but yeah, the potential for getting stuck in traffic is something that gets mentioned a lot.
And that brings us to the heat. It's Bangkok. Exploring for hours sounds intense. How do you manage?
Yeah, staying cool is critical. That's a constant theme. Lots of advice revolves around the sheer abundance of cold drinks everywhere.
Like what?
Fresh fruit juices, Thai iced tea, sodas, you name it. And you'll apparently find these strategically placed mist fans dotted around, give you little pockets of cool air.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
You really do. One note on parking, there is some near the BTS Mo Chit station, but be warned, it fills up super early.
Yeah.
So probably best to stick to public transport if you can.
Got it. Okay, we're prepped. We're cooled down. Now for the fun part, the treasure hunt. What are the must-see sections? What kind of unique stuff should you keep an eye out for?
Well, the energy itself is kind of a must experience,
Mm-hmm.
Just that constant buzz of activity in the crowded lanes.
Right.
And be ready to bargain. That comes up again and again. It's just part of the whole interaction there.
So where should you aim for first if you want some specific highlights?
Based on what we looked into, yeah, there are definitely some standout areas. If you're into arts and handicrafts, Section 7 seems to be the spot.
What kind of things?
Think handmade jewelry, beautiful Thai silk scarves, those intricate lanterns, detailed wood carvings. Buying there often feels like you're supporting an individual artist directly, which is nice.
And I think I read something about a pet area. That sounds unusual.
Yes, that's sections 13 and 14, often called Pet Alley. It's quite a sight, apparently. A huge variety of animals, fish, cats, dogs, birds. It's definitely fascinating to see. But it's worth noting, materials often add a point about being mindful of responsible pet ownership when you're looking around there.
Right, good point. Is there anywhere to maybe catch your breath amidst all the chaos?
Absolutely. Section 3, the plant and gardening area, it sounds like a really nice contrast to the bustle elsewhere.
Oh, yeah.
filled with exotic orchids, succulents, cool decorative pots. It's often described as a kind of peaceful escape within the market.
And for people who love history or hunting for something really unique, maybe vintage.
Now, you went section 26.
Yeah.
That's the antiques and collectibles area.
Oh.
Yeah, it's called a treasure trove, and it sounds like it.
Mm-hmm.
You might find things like rare coins, old vintage cameras, vinyl records, traditional Thai amulets.
Yeah.
You could probably spend hours just digging through stuff there.
So beyond those specific sections, what's the general shopping scene like across the whole market? It sounds like you could find almost anything.
Oh, the variety is just immense. Seriously. You'll find everything from like the latest trendy fashion to piles of vintage secondhand clothes.
Okay.
Then there's home goods, decor items, interesting artifacts, all sorts of quirky bits and pieces. Souvenirs obviously are everywhere. Thai boxing shorts, those flowy elephant pants.
They're classics.
Exactly. Silk scarves too, and lots of things you can get customized on the spot. Unique accessories, art like paintings and ceramics. Oh, and for book lovers, Dulak Bookstore gets a specific mention for secondhand books. Basically, yeah, if you can think of it, you could probably find it somewhere in Chatuchak.
All that walking and shopping. You're bound to get hungry and thirsty. Let's shift gears to the food. That seems like a huge part of the experience, too.
It really is. For a lot of people, this is where Chatuchak truly shines. The sheer number of food options is just staggering.
Yeah.
Rows and rows of street food stalls, drink vendors everywhere, little places to sit down and eat. It's basically a food lover's paradise.
Okay, sell me on it. Any specific must-eat spots or dishes that kept coming up?
Definitely. There are a few icons. One is Coca JJ.
Coconut ice cream?
Yep. Homemade coconut ice cream served right in a coconut shell.
Yeah.
You get toppings like sweet corn, sticky rice, nuts. Apparently, it's been a fixture there since like 2008.
Wow, a veteran. Okay, what else?
Then there's a place called Viva 8. It's more of an open-air spot, often has DJs playing.
Oh, cool.
And they're famous for cooking these massive pans of paella. The suggestion is usually grab a plate, get a cold beer, or maybe some sangria to go with it.
Paella at a Bangkok market. Okay, that perfectly captures the unexpected side of Chatuchak.
It really does.
Mm.
For something maybe more traditionally Thai, Chatuchak duck noodles, sometimes called preni, is mentioned. It's an open-air place serving super tender braised duck noodles with this really rich, flavorful broth.
Sounds good.
And pork mase samantha is another popular one, known for roasted pork with a kind of honey glaze. Often has a Q, apparently.
A good sign.
Usually is. And if you like boat noodles, Rathanakosin Boat Noodle Chatuchak offers flavorful pork or beef versions. A pro tip mentioned was adding crispy pork rinds.
Nice. Okay, those sound like great sit-down or stand-around options. What about stuff you can just grab and eat while you're wandering?
Oh, just walking around, you'll be tripping over amazing smells. Grilled pork skewers everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That famous Hat Yai-style fried chicken stands piled high with fresh, colorful fruits, classic Thai iced tea, skewers of toasted garlic. Surprisingly delicious, apparently.
Oh, really? Okay.
Fresh coffee, meatballs on sticks. And yeah, that coconut ice cream pops up in various forms all over because it's just perfect on a hot Bangkok day. Mango sticky rice, of course, pad thai, all the hits are there.
So with all that choice, what's the best strategy? Is there an insider tip for navigating the food overload?
I think the best advice that came through was don't overthink it.
Okay.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Because the prices are generally really budget-friendly, the best approach seems to be just grab whatever looks and smells amazing to you right then and there.
Right. Follow your nose.
Exactly. If you're craving pad thai, get pad thai.
Yeah.
If mango sticky rice is calling your name, go for it. Trying a little bit of everything, maybe sharing with friends if you're in a group, is highly recommended because it's so affordable and it lets you sample so much more.
That makes sense. So this whole experience, the shopping, the eating, the sheer scale of it all, what does it tell us about Bangkok itself, or maybe even about travel more generally?
Well, if we kind of step back and connect the dots, the market really feels like a perfect symbol of Bangkok's incredibly vibrant, chaotic, diverse energy.
Yeah.
We learned that you hear all sorts of languages being spoken, multilingual bargaining happening constantly, which really highlights the city's role as this global crossroads, this linguistic melting pot.
And for someone visiting, someone exploring.
It taps right into those core travel desires, doesn't it? Finding authenticity, supporting local creators directly, that buzz you get from interacting with vendors, discovering unique things that aren't just mass-produced stuff you see everywhere.
Totally.
It really embodies that idea of venturing just slightly off the main tourist track to find hidden gems. And let's be honest, getting amazing value on food and souvenirs is always a plus.
Absolutely. So to sort of wrap this deep dive up, Chatuchak Weekend Market it's enormous.
Definitely.
Surprisingly easy to get to once you know the transport tricks. It's an absolute goldmine for finding unique items and just a genuine paradise for eating your way through countless delicious things.
It really comes across as a place where those simple joys, spotting that perfect handmade item, finding a cool vintage piece, or just trying a fantastic street food dish you've never had before, are around every corner. They can really make your day.
You can almost picture yourself there now, right? Weaving through those crowded lanes, the air thick with the smells of spices and grilling meat, the vibrant colors of everything everywhere you look.
Yeah.
Imagine finding that perfect, unexpected souvenir or trying that dish you didn't even know existed until you saw the huge queue forming for it.
Mm-hmm. Which leads us to maybe a final thought to chew on.
Okay.
Considering the sheer volume of stuff, the constant energetic flow of people buying and selling, this incredible diversity all crammed into one space.
Right.
What might a place like Chatuchak ultimately reveal about, the fundamental nature of desire, of connection, and maybe just the vibrant pulse of life itself in a huge, bustling global city like Bangkok?